Okay, we're back for the third week. You're tuned in to Topics on IBNX Radio with the one and only Tone Taylor.
And I'm Chris Harris. How everybody doing? Follow me on IG. Yeah, that Chris. Everybody follow me. Don't follow Tone.
So basically, we live by one motto here. We bring you that raw, real, and respectable sports talk. Raw, uncut, and direct responses to
Topics.
Real, 100% authentic debates and rebuttals to
Topics.
And last but not least, respectable. You may like what we say or you may not, but you will
Respect it.
Now let's get to it. Let's jump right into it. Our picks from the week.
I had a good week.
You had a good week?
I think I went 3-1.
3-1. That's a great week. Okay, with an unlucky call and last-second turnover, the Steelers lose a nail-biter to the Patriots, 24-27. What is your take?
Feel like we got robbed. Feel like the Steelers got robbed. Feel like that was a catch. I see a lot of people been debating on what is actually a catch going forward. Like, what is a catch? You know, my whole thought was, and I don't play for, my whole thing was, if you catch it, even though your knees is down, but nobody has touched you, you can get up and run, I thought, because that's the same with the interception, I thought. And it was like, oh, he juggled it on the way down. I feel like when he had it and the ball had crossed the goal line, I feel like he still had possession of the ball and he didn't lose possession or he didn't bobble possession until he actually hit the ground. But by that point, I feel like the ball had crossed over. So I felt like the referees got that wrong. But before that, I think Antonio Brown getting hurt was the turning point in the game with the partially torn calf muscle. I think that was the turning point in the game. I think that kind of was like, hey, we lost one of our offensive leaders. We got to readjust. And with the Patriots, I feel like you got to play 60 minutes, no distractions, and even if none of that stuff. So I think that's what that hurt more than the actual catch. And then last but not least, like I said, I like Mike Tomlin, but I feel like they should have went for the field goal. I feel like when you at home, you play safe. Don't really go for the win when you're at home because you still have that six man, you have that crowd on your side. So I would have went for the field goal and tried to get it in overtime. We still got the home field advantage. You know, maybe that could play into it. Now, if I was on the road, I'm going for the win because, like I said, the disadvantage is the crowd is still invested. But if you're on the home team, I feel like I'd have went for the field goal. That's just me, you know, so I get it, but that was my take from it.
Okay. I looked at this game like it was a scary start, turned into a great game, and it's just a horrible ending. The scary start, Antonio Brown gets hurt in the second quarter, early in the second quarter, goes out. A lot of people, you know, a lot of Steelers fans, I'm not a Steelers fan, but, you know, I'm not a Patriots fan. So I really watch their games, and the Steelers are never, ever healthy when they play the Pats.
And you said that. I remember you said that to me.
Never
when it
healthy.
Happened, you was
and
like,
this,
you was upset.
This is
you
the first. You know that because I said this is the first game that they will have everybody, and they come in the game and Antonio Brown gets hurt. But it turned into, you know, Ben was playing big, Bell played big, Juju played big,
great.
Rodgers played good. So I was like, okay, they're coming together. Like this offense is real. You understand what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, they got it. They can really win this game. I knew the Patriots were going to stick around. I knew that it was going to be a nail biter, and I said it before. I said this game is going to come down to who has the ball at the last possession. So it was a great game going into the fourth quarter. You know, the Steelers were up, and here come the Pats. So that last few minutes, basically, the Pats scored, and I was upset. I'm like, come on, this is some bull. Then, out of nowhere, Ben drops back, throws that 60-yarder. Well, it wasn't 60. He turned it into 60 yards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Juju,
he took off. If he was a little faster,
he'd have scored, you think?
He would have scored. He was burning gas by the time he got to like the 20.
He was on fumes.
So, it was good. I was like, okay, they got this. Then here comes the throw. And, you know, everybody, I looked at it, it's a catch. I hate the rule. And the rule
I never understood the rule.
The rule is basically you got to keep the catch to the ground. The ground, if the ball touches the ground and it wobbles, it's not a catch.
Okay.
I understand it, but I hate it at the same time. Like, it's horrible. Then it's not even solidified that it wasn't a catch because at the end, when they did the replay and they looked close, they zoomed in. His fingers were underneath the ball. So you don't know if the ball really touched or was it his hands. So then again, or his fingers. But again, it goes back to the Pats being lucky all the time. Last year, Bell gets hurt in the first quarter. They didn't have Martavius Bryant for the whole year. He was suspended. So it was just horrible. But what's the next one?
Chiefs, Chargers. Wasn't even a game.
It wasn't.
It
wasn't even a game.
It wasn't even a game. I told you I like the Chiefs. I told you I like the Chiefs. No need to really harp on that one. Kareem Hunt setting a franchise record for rookies, most rushing yards in the season. He's had a phenomenal season. I think he locks away the AFC
I was
Rookie
happy.
of the Year.
You know I was happy.
Yeah, I know you don't like the Chargers either. He had a total of 206 total yards, 150 rushing yards, and Alex Smith just was solid, 231 passing yards.
Absolutely.
And I think they're going to keep that one going. I think they're just going to keep it going. The Chargers showed. I mean, the Chargers still got a fighting chance. They got a winnable game next week.
They do
against the Jets, and they need some teams to lose. Nah, I think somebody will lose, and they'll probably still got a chance to get in.
I hear you, but we split this game. I think last week the Panthers defeat the Packers.
No, we didn't split that game. We didn't split that.
Okay.
We split the Seahawks Rams.
Seahawks Rams.
That's what we split.
What was your thoughts on that?
I think the difference was just Aaron Rodgers turning the ball over 4 times. Or the Packers turning the ball over 4 times.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Rodgers was like, yo, we need to win. I'm back. And he showed flashes like, yo, he could still do it. And I said that. And I said, yo, if Aaron Rodgers comes back, the Packers are still somebody you got to respect. I feel like Tom Brady's the best quarterback in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers is right on his heels. Got to be.
Absolutely.
So
definitely better on.
So that's my whole thing on it. But him just turning it over 4 times, you can't in any sport. If you turn the ball over a lot, especially in football with the time of possession and everything, you're just gonna die slow death. And he turned it over a lot, and I think turnovers was just what killed him.
That's definitely what killed him. He came back; it was an energy booster, but the Panthers was playing lights out.
And I picked the Panthers to win. We did pick the Panthers to win.
Panthers was playing lights out,
and they went and got another one.
They went and got another one. So
I think they're gonna go get another one. I forgot who they played, but I think they're gonna go get another one.
Too.
Last one is the one we split on: Seahawks and the Rams. Now that was bad.
Crazy.
That was
girly.
That was bad. But Todd Gurley wasn't even on. Like, Todd Gurley had, 155 rushing yards again, 151 or something like that.
He's keeping it.
But he's just doing what he's supposed to do. I wish he'd did it last year when I had him on fantasy, but,
But we can't.
Yeah, but I like Todd Gurley a lot. I liked him and Melvin Gordon coming out. So the Rams was just on beat. Like, we still on beat with this. I think it's over for that Seahawks team. I think it's over.
It's over. So wrap it up. I don't think they got it. I love the game because I like the Rams. They're actually exciting to watch. So I have no problem with it.
What we got next?
Shake up NFC. So basically, with a shake up in the NFC, who do you think who's in and who's out?
I think it all depends, really. I think if the Falcons lose, the Lions get in.
Mm-hmm.
I think if the Falcons lose, the Lions got a better chance of getting in. If the Falcons win, then I think it just we lock it away. Everybody stays where they at. I think the Cowboys and the Seahawks. I feel like the Seahawks is over for the Seahawks. Like I said, I feel like it's over for the Seahawks. I feel like this is the last you see of the Seahawks in terms of that team. I feel like guys are going at it in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Guys are not really getting along. Guys are going out on social media and really going at each other. So it's like Bobby Wagner, Earl Thomas getting injuries. And I feel like a lot of guys are feeling that tension now. Like Pete Carroll, I feel like Pete Carroll has invested a lot in Russell Wilson. And people are feeling like Russell Wilson.
They haven't given him no O-line, though. Just like the Giants.
Not even. I feel like Pete Carroll, and this was interesting. People were saying that Pete Carroll wants Russell Wilson to be the star.
He does. That's
why
he did that play.
That's why he did that play in the Super Bowl. Because with the most strongest running back in the NFL at the time, you got on the 1 yard line to win the Super Bowl. You don't give him the football.
You give it to beast mode.
There's nothing else to discuss. I don't know what. Just line up and just give him the ball wherever y'all want to block. Whatever way he want to run, that's what y'all gonna block. That's the.
And
play.
You had 2 more downs after that if you didn't.
That's my whole thing. So I think it's over for the Seahawks. Cowboys. I feel like they just need everybody to lose, even though with Zeke coming back. So I think it's gonna just stay where it is.
Okay.
I think it's gonna just stay where it is. It's gonna be interesting, especially that Saints Falcons game is gonna be.
That's gonna be the shakeup. The Cowboys. Sorry, Cowboys fans, you're not getting in. I just think it's too much. But it's a shot in the dark. But I just don't think you're getting in. I like how the standings are looking right now. I don't see too much. The only team I think that could get a push is the Lions. So I think that's the only team I feel has the best shot, even though they're sitting right there and they have a winnable game these last 2 games.
And the Lions have the Bengals next week.
Exactly. Who are the Bengals?
And it's interesting because the Seahawks and the Cowboys play next.
There it goes right there. So it's going to drop Seattle, but the Dallas just needs too much to get in. Way too much to get in. Way too much. Just to go to a quick little step to the side, with another blindside hit this past weekend, this time Davante Adams was on the receiving end of a vicious helmet hit. Helmet hit by the Panthers linebacker Thomas Davis. What does the future hold in terms of rules for football and getting rid of these hits?
I think you have to. I think this is especially in the span of 3 weeks. I think that the NFL has to do something about it. You got to get suspended more games with a fine, or just take it out of the rule book completely. I don't know if they'll go that drastic. I mean, it's going to change the way football is played. It's going to change the way footballers look. So a lot of people who play football, it's not going to look the same. That whole aggression. This is where you're able to take your aggression out. It's violent, but it's competitive. It's going to take it away. People are going to call it. It's going to be soft. You're going to soften football, which is not a soft sport, air quote, soft sport, whatever that means. But I think it just has to, because, you got to invest your product. You got to protect your product.
Absolutely.
You got to protect your product. And, at the end of the day, these guys go home. Yeah, this is your product. These guys go home, but they're still husbands. They're still dads. I don't want to, after I play the game on Sunday, I don't want to have to go to the hospital for concussion protocol. I want to go home and hang out with my son, or hang out with my daughter, go run around and do something. And I can't do that because I got a concussion, or because somebody hit me from the blind side because they thought it was just because it was part of football. I feel like some things are just unnecessary. And I think when you get into the field of battles like that, boy, I think it's going to change up how it looks.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I agree with what you just said. Also, I just want to shine a light that Davis did send an apology out to Adams on Twitter. I understand your frustration, and I do apologize for the hit. In no way was I trying to hurt you. My first instinct was to turn and make a block. In all sincerity, I do apologize. I truly respect you as a player, and I made a mistake. I respect his apology. It's a tough thing. I don't think he was trying to be malicious, but
he was upset about it. He
football
was
is a malicious is a malicious sport. And it's hard to tone down a vicious sport. You have to in certain ways, but I also think you can control certain aspects. So a person is coming on the blind side. They're not. Adam said he wasn't in the play, but you were looking to run over there. So I watched it over and over and over and over again.
He was on that side of the field. It'd be different if he was on the opposite side of the field.
And he did that. He said, Adam says he led with his helmet, and I can't say he was headhunting, but you see he wasn't looking. I think you could have took a different aspect to that hit. You did come up high. It's tough. It's just so topsy-turvy. And, they try to do, they're trying to implement the targeting rule like they have in college football. If you get caught for targeting, you get automatically thrown out and suspended. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it's still going on in college football. So to try to tone it down, I guess you can go the targeting rule and throw that into effect and see how that goes. But to totally blemish it is going to be tough. But the target rule is the way to go to see where it can be. Fine them, suspend them, automatic ejection from the game, because he didn't get ejected after this hit.
But he kind of was almost mentally took himself out of the game.
He was.
And there's no way to all right, he came a little high. So what if he came a little lower and you have a Ryan Shazier where you hit him and
but that was Ryan's fault.
I'm just saying, for example, what if you hit him a little low and now the kid gets numbness in his spinal cord and might be able to walk? Where's the perfect place to lay a blindside hit?
That's why they got the
come on, man.
Below the hip.
Come on, man. There's nowhere to deliver this. There's nowhere to deliver it.
It's tough. It's really, really tough. But What we have coming up, Chris's Coaching Corner.
I got a lot of coaches this week. A lot of coaches. It is now time for Chris's Coaching Corner. We good? This Coaching Corner. Two take hold. I'm trying to be one take hold, baby. Give me 3 weeks. One take hold.
Welcome to the word of mine, where our thoughts ring out and our ideas shine. From the underground to the corporate highs, the ugly streets and celestial skies. Our perspectives flirt and intertwine, planting seeds to birth something divine. We are guaranteed to blow your mind each time, every time.
Hey, welcome to Word of Mine, the hottest show online every week at the same time. Tuesdays from 7 to 9. Hit us up on that time.
Okay. That is Word of Mine. That's another show on IBNX Network. Tune into that show. Shout out to that.
They show a lot of love on the gram.
Absolutely.
Chris's Coaching Corner. Let's jump right into it. This week, it is now time for Chris's Coaching Corner. Okay, jumping right into it. Gino Auriemma.
We good?
Gino Auriemma got his 1,000th win last night.
Whew.
So did the coach from North Carolina. She got her 1,000th win. Her name slipped. So they got on the same night. So that's magical. Shout outs to her. I forgot her name. It's completely slipped my mind. I meant to write it down. I apologize. But Gino Auriemma, 1,000 wins, 11 national championships, 6 perfect seasons.
What?
18 Final Fours. A 90-game win streak. 111-game win streak.
111.
And his total overall record is 1,000 wins and 135 losses.
Wait. 1,000 wins and 135 losses.
We were talking about this, but now that I say it, when I was writing it down, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is phenomenal. But I mean, there's no way to describe it.
That's incredible.
There's no way to describe it. I mean, yeah, you had a plethora of players, but in order for that, I feel like schools go on a run where you don't get players after a certain time. And for him to continue to get these players, 6 perfect seasons, 11 national titles is
come on.
And he's not done. I don't think he's done.
He's not. What is he, 62?
Yeah, I don't think he's done anytime soon. I don't think he's done. I think they're going to have to wheel him off. So that's just phenomenal. There's just there's no way to talk about that. That's phenomenal.
Shout out to Gino.
Lane Kiffin, 10-year extension at FAU at Florida Atlantic.
Comfortability. Conference USA. And you get that comfortable job, you better stay there.
But I mean, it's great because I think it's for Lane Kiffin, everybody's talked about Lane Kiffin. He's been outspoken. He's never been for a coach. He's kind of been out there, he's boisterous or whatever the case may be. So to find a school finally that supports what Lane does, and you take a program like FAU, and you're getting a lot of second chance kids who probably had the ability to play high major football, but for whatever reason or another, and to take those guys and to really invest in those guys and they get the same investment back, I think that's great. So he deserves a shout out. Bobby Hurley at Arizona State is number 3 in the country right now for college basketball. We're talking about Bobby Hurley that played at Duke, that's taken Arizona State, not Arizona, but Arizona State, number 3 right now, undefeated. So he deserves a big shout out getting those guys to play. Trey Holder's been phenomenal. He got the kid Mickey Mitchell, who transferred in from Ohio State. So he got them guys rolling, and I think he's going to get a couple more recruits. And my last one, I saw this last night. Conzo Martin beat Stephen F. Austin. He beat him. Now, he's supposed to. Missouri's supposed to beat him. What does he do after the game? He goes in their locker room and gives those guys words of encouragement.
They played them tough.
They played them tough and said, listen, you guys are going to be a great team. You guys are going to make the NCAA tournament. You guys guard well. This was the toughest defense we had to play. So I know you guys are upset right now. Thank you for letting me come in the locker room. But I wanted to give you guys a shout. Let you guys know that what you guys are doing, keep doing it.
Absolutely.
Because it's going to work.
That's
so
wonderful.
Shout out to him because that's coaching at its finest.
That's wonderful.
So those are my coaches. We got to pay some bills. We got Kobe coming up. I really, 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 really have been looking forward to this. Hear the sarcasm in my voice. But this is going to be, Tone is ecstatic. Tone called me at 9:30. He never calls me that early. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We got Kobe coming up. This whole block is dedicated to Kobe. We're really excited. Actually, I'm excited to talk about this. You're tuning in to Topics on IBNX Radio.
Listening to IBNX. IBNXradio.com. The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
Hey, what's up? It's Jay-Z.
Hey, I'm Mariah Carey. Hey, it's Katy Perry.
It's your boy T.I.P., man. Get in. It's your boy Sean Kingston.
What's up, y'all? I'm Beyonce. This is Nicki Minaj, and I'm in the mix with
IBNX Radio.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to Topics on IBNX Radio. We have now dedicated this whole block B to the Mamba block. Congratulations to Kobe Bryant. On Monday night, had both number 8 and number 24 retired. A lot of controversy in that. Should he had both numbers retired? I'm going to leave this to my co-host, one of the biggest Kobe, if not the biggest Kobe fan I know. So your thoughts on it. Congratulations to Kobe Bryant, the best player I've ever seen with my two eyes in my generation. Well, debatable. Go ahead.
So,
Oh, God. You all yelling now.
let me sit up a little bit.
Sit up, do what you got to do.
First off, let me say congratulations to Kobe Bean Bryant, the Black Mamba, the man of the hour, the man of the decade. What is that, 20 years? 20
years, yes, 20
20
years.
years.
You know how many years the man played. Stop acting surprised.
Listen, man, it's just, it brings a tear to my eyes. First of all, I cried on his last game.
You didn't cry. You
I
cried?
teared up.
You
What?
cried?
First of all, he scored 60, and he's walking
took
off the
50
court.
shots.
It doesn't matter.
It does, but
It
okay.
doesn't matter.
All right, continue. I'm not going to interrupt you.
It doesn't
Promise.
matter. This
Promise.
man, I got teary-eyed on his last game. I got teary-eyed watching him watch his two jerseys go up in the rafters.
That's creepy.
Now the question is,
Why weren't you there? That's the question.
that's a good question. That's a good question. We're gonna talk about that later. Some tickets should have been bought, but we're gonna talk about that later. But are both numbers worthy of being retired? You wanna ask me?
Of course you're going to say yes.
Hell yes. Absolutely, without a doubt. Let's think about it now. Okay. You have number 8, you have number 24. Let's take those two. They got 10 years in 8 and 10 years in 24.
Talk to live or YouTube.
I'm
Don't
talking
talk
to
me.
everybody. I'm talking to the
look
world.
Please
I'm
don't
talking
look
to
at me for
everybody.
these next 15 minutes.
Because this
look
is
at
about
me.
Mamba. You
Don't
take
look
8,
at me.
you take 24, you separate them. You still have 2 Hall of Fame careers. 8 and 24. 2 Hall of Fame careers. Am I right?
You were right.
Okay. So, anybody that has any type of discrepancy or thinks that he shouldn't, let me throw out a couple numbers for you. Let's go.
Grab your math book.
Number 8. He scored 16,866 points. 3 rings. 1 scoring title. 8 All-Star games. 1 All-Star MVP. 8 All-NBA. 6 All-Defensive teams. Right? 11 50-point games. I say it again. 11 50-point games. 15 triple-doubles and 18 game winners. That's just the number 8. That's just the number 8. Let's go to 24, baby. Let's go to 24. 16,717 points. And he got hurt.
I was going to say that. That's
And he
because
was
he got hurt. He'd have got
And
more
he
than
was
that.
hurt.
He'd have got more.
2 rings, 1 scoring title, 10 All-Star games, 3 All-Star game MVPs, 7 All-NBA, and 6 All-Defensive, again, 14 50-point games. I'll say it again. 14 50-point
So
games.
that's 25 50-point games for the total of his career, right?
8 triple-doubles, absolutely, and 16 game winners. That is Hall of Fame with 2 numbers, both of them going to rafters. I heard, I forgot his name, Whitlock, on I forgot what show that he has.
Don't give nobody no promotion. Let's keep it
Exactly. But I'm just saying, he said no, he's all about him. Right now, it is all about him. You deserve it. You deserve that, Kobe Bean Bryant. That's right. Absolutely. Now, let me ask you a question.
going. Oh, Jesus.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, man. Ask the question.
Who would
Stop
you
being so
take?
dramatic.
Number 8 or number 24?
Taking number 24 is no brainer for me.
Mm.
It's no brainer for me. 8. Now, let me say this. 8 was the better Laker. In terms of number standpoint, 8 was the better Laker, right? 24 was the better basketball player and the player who I would take. If I had to pick between 8 and 24, I'm taking 24 because my opinion, this is my personal opinion. I didn't grow up a Kobe fan. I've always respected Kobe Bryant. I think it's unfair to Kobe to come so close after Mike retired. It kind of takes away the wow factor a little bit because a lot of stuff, not everything, but most of the stuff you saw as a basketball fan from Kobe, you kind of got to see it from Mike, and the commentators kind of forced that comparison on you. So you never really got to get your own kind of opinion on Kobe. So I think that's unfair. But in my personal opinion, just growing up watching basketball, I feel like 8 wasn't the best player at his position when he was 8. I feel like he had the most, if not the most dominant player. You can make that face all you want. I feel like he had the most dominant player, and this is why I'm gonna take 24. He had the most dominant player ever, if not the second, between him and Wilt Chamberlain physically. He didn't win any of those finals MVPs. He put up great numbers, but I still feel at that position, AI and Orlando Tracy McGrady were better at the shooting guard position at that time.
What?
That's just my opinion. You can say, "Oh my God," all you want, and we're gonna disagree on that. But I feel like once he turned into 24, he lost early and had to regain that. Hey, all right, this is on me now. Now I have to show people that I can do it without Shaq. I feel like 24 had a lot more adversity than 8. I feel like 8 didn't suffer any adversity as a professional basketball player. And that's just me. And I feel like as a basketball player, in order to be great, you have to overcome some type of adversity on the court, off the court, however, in order to establish a great. And that's why I'm taking 24. Yeah, he only won 2 rings. Remember, he won that Phil left, and then Tom Janovich quit.
As he should.
But he was a world champion too. But what I'm saying is, once he got Phil back, so I think like to build that dynasty, a lot of pieces had to go forward. And I feel like Phil and Shaq were the main 2 pieces on that first 3. But now I think Kobe made that. And then when he had Pau Gasol at that point was the best big man in the NBA at that point, or considered the best big man in the NBA at that point. Shaq was on his tail end, and Dwight Howard was still young, but Pau Gasol was 10 times more skilled than Dwight Howard. That was the era where the big men, and you had a young Andrew Bynum. Andrew Bynum was considered one of the better big men in the league just because it was scarce. I'm taking 24 just because, like I said, he had to learn how to win. He didn't have that exit. Like you had Shaq, bro. You're not facing no double teams. You're already a prolific scorer, and that's why the Warriors are so good because you can't double them guys. So one-on-one, you have one of the best scorers ever roaming free. So he's gonna put up those numbers. So I'm taking 24 as a no-brainer. I know you're gonna disagree, but I felt like at that point, Kobe has said it. Tracy McGrady and AI were those guys he was kind of like in competition with at all points. And y'all can say whatever y'all want. Orlando T-Mac got busy. And I feel like if you put T-Mac with Shaq, you swap them guys, the numbers might not be the same, but I think they get the rings. They get the rings. That's just my personal. I'm taking 24. I'm not taking 8. I'm taking 24. 8 was phenomenal, but I'm taking 24.
Okay. So let me start my response off with, I will agree with you with the 24. I would take 24, but there's a little different reasons why. I would take 24, basically because he faced the most adversity and the most controversy. Mm-hmm. People doubted him. Oh, he made Shaq leave. He wanted Shaq out. He will never win.
I think it was alpha dogs. I think that's why they split up.
Absolutely.
I'm not blaming Kobe or Shaq.
But that's the consensus. Kobe was one of the most hated people in the league for a long time. Mm-hmm. People didn't start really appreciating what we had until his later years. But that 04 to 2010, 11, they hated Kobe. So
you needed somebody to hate. You always need somebody to hate.
And he gravitated
to that. That's
what I like.
It.
He went through his controversy. He had, the mishap in Denver. People
sexual harassment stuff.
People started turning their back on him, and that's when he became the killer.
That's when he became
That's when the Mamba resurgence came. That identity, like I'm killing everything walking. Everything on this court has to die. And I loved it. So that really attracted me to number 24 is because he did it without Shaq. Everybody doubted him. He said he won't win. He was dealt a horrible Horrible, horrible team. When Shaq left, let's understand this here. And I'm not throwing shade at nobody, but if that's what you want to take, you want to take it.
Oh, the team was bad.
Let's put it out there.
Point. But
he
that's
had
my
a
point.
bunch of third-round draft picks, and understand people that don't watch the NBA.
There's
it's
no
only
third round.
2 rounds.
Yeah, I get it.
So outside of Lamar Odom, he had a bunch of third-rounders, people that wouldn't start on any other team. And what did he do? He missed it, and then he took that team to the playoffs, and he had the Suns up 3-1. Then they blew it. Okay, but that was adversity after adversity. He was fighting, and then that's when he was averaging crazy numbers. He was the first one since Mike to average 35, right? And yeah, you had Tracy McGrady. We're gonna talk about that right in a few seconds. But first one since Mike to average 35. He was putting up ridiculous numbers. I think he had a 5-game stretch of 50 or more. Back-to-back games.
The scoring piece is never an
But
argument.
look, he put him on his back, and he was like, "Listen, man, if y'all don't give me a real team, like I'm wasting a lot of energy. I'm playing 40+ minutes a night. Y'all gotta give me a team or I'm out." And they understood what we had. Like, we can't lose him. So what they did, the blockbuster trade, we got Pal.
Please, let's save this soundbite, because when we
got
save this soundbite.
We got Pal. We got Pal. Kobe was like, "Thank you. That's all I needed. Let me show y'all what I'm gonna do now."
Who else y'all got?
3 straight finals.
Who else y'all got? You better say his name. Who else y'all got?
Okay.
Who else y'all got?
We got Phil back.
No. Who else y'all
What?
got? Who else y'all got?
Who else?
Ron
we got?
Artest, because you remember.
Wait.
No. Let me say this piece. Let me say this piece.
Wait,
Go
because you
ahead.
about to throw that out there. When they won their first chip, they did not have Ron Artest. They had Trevor Ariza.
Y'all went and got Ron Artest. The only way y'all was repeating was with Ron Artest.
See, now is the only way we're gonna repeat. But listen, we went there twice before Ron got there.
And let's talk about
We
it. Let's
lost
talk
to
about
Boston.
It. And no. Y'all didn't lose to Boston. Y'all got y'all asses beat like a bad
that's
report
game 7.
card.
And Gabson. All right, that's fine. But we went. Did we go?
Okay.
All right, and what?
No,
Who got their heart
if you
taken?
go.
Who
No,
got
if
their
you
heart
got-
taken?
not if you
Pat,
go.
yo, let
Not
me
if
tell
you-
you.
if we win.
KG
Don't do that if
took
we win.
Pal Gasol heart and threw the shit in the river. Excuse my French. Sorry. But he threw it in the river. It was horrible. Pal and Kobe was distraught. But listen, they went to the finals. They lost to Boston. They went back, beat Magic. Right? They won that. Trevor Ariza was there. Then they got Ron for the next year because Trevor Ariza was gone. So we got Ron. Okay, yeah. And we went back again and won, and we beat Boston.
Yeah, y'all beat Boston.
All right, that's all that matters. You give me my team, and I'm going to win.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
a winner.
my point. But so what's the difference between that and everybody else joining teams? What's the difference between
What you mean?
This period? Because now we're in an era of super teams. So what's the point?
I'm gonna touch on that, but let me. I have to go
ahead,
because
talk
I have
about
not
eight.
forget.
Talk about eight.
I have
Talk
no.
about
No,
eight.
I haven't forgotten what you said.
Okay.
And that's total blasphemy.
That's not
You
blasphemy.
said in that era, in that span,
That spin.
AI and Tracy McGrady was better.
They were the better
than
basketball
Kobe?
player. Yes, they were the better basketball.
In what
player.
aspect?
In every aspect.
How?
Basketball, bro, because they didn't have the best player in the world
Who?
at that time.
We
Shaq
not-
was the
no,
best
no,
player
let's
in the world at that time.
All right, at
Stop
that
saying
time.
it.
No. Okay, at that time he was the best. All right, so he left it. Hold up. When did Tracy get to Orlando?
What,
When did
01,
Tracy get to
02?
Orlando?
01, 02?
He got there like 03. 02, 03?
All right,
Shaq
02.
left 04, right? So they won 01, 02, 03,
With
right?
Shaq.
Who was when Tracy hit his stride, leading scorer in the league, that was like 04, 05, right?
Which is around the same time he wore 8.
No, right the same time. Yeah, but
Let's
he
talk
wasn't
about Allen
better.
Iverson. Let's talk about Allen Iverson.
Let's go. Wait, no, let's finish the Tracy because he was nowhere near. I don't care what numbers you pull up.
I'm not.
He was on a
see,
horrible.
this is- and this
so
is
hold
my
up.
issue with you.
Hold
This
up.
is my issue with you.
No. If you switch him, you put Kobe on the Magic. What would he do?
He put up the same numbers and the Magic would have no productivity. So this
They
is
didn't
what
have
gets me
no
upset.
productivity.
But that's my point exactly. This is what gets me mad at you for being
How?
a basketball player because you want to be like everybody else who doesn't watch basketball
Okay.
and never played the sport
Okay.
and want to bring up numbers.
Okay.
Let's talk about you. Let's take the numbers out of this.
Take 'em out.
Let's take the numbers out
Absolutely.
of this.
Let me hear
Let's
it.
take the numbers
Let me hear
out of
it.
this. At that point in his career, Allen Iverson was a dog.
Okay.
Allen Iverson was the number 1 pick. And Allen Iverson had to
Okay.
take that Sixers franchise and do
Okay.
something with that Sixers franchise.
Okay.
Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady had to take that Orlando franchise
And did nothing with it.
But listen,
He did nothing with it.
But listen, a lot of players go to a team and don't do anything with it. But my whole thing with no productivity. But you're gonna change. But that doesn't make you a bad basketball player.
I never said it was, but how can you put him? If you just said, listen, you're putting Tracy
The same
McGrady
reason.
over
Listen,
Kobe.
listen,
Wait,
listen.
that's what you just said.
But listen.
Let me hear.
The same way when Shaq left, Kobe started getting spanked Because he didn't have any.
Okay.
He had Grant Hill with a bad bad wheels.
Bad wheels. Horrible. Facts. Bad ankle.
You had to go get a young Jameer Nelson.
Okay.
And then who else you had?
But listen
But,
to I'm
okay,
going
hey,
off what
Allen
you
Iverson,
said.
Allen Iverson.
I'm not
But
even.
that's
I'm
my
not even.
point.
I didn't even touch on AI.
But that's my point.
But your
That's
point
my
was
point.
you said Tracy was better than Kobe at that time. Why? Why
felt
Why
like-
do you put him ahead of
I
Kobe
feel
at
like
that time?
He was a better scorer. He was a better scorer who didn't have to face. He faced double and triple teams every night and still put up crazy points. He got paid to do what he did.
Okay.
I feel like he was a better basketball player.
So with that being said,
better basketball player.
with that being said, he was on a bad team. He had to do everything. He showed that he can.
Yeah,
So
same
I
thing with
asked you,
Allen
and my
Iverson.
question was when I asked you was this: if you take Tracy off that team and you implement Kobe on that same team,
They
what
get
did
the
he?
same
What
record.
would
You get the same numbers in the same.
all right.
record.
So if he get the same numbers, why do you feel he was better?
Because I feel like Kobe got all of the numbers that he got because of Shaq.
Take Shaq. All right.
We're
If
not
you take
talking about
Shaq off
points.
that
We're
team,
not talking about just points, Tony. We're not talking about points.
I-
We're not
I-
just
I-
talking
I
about
don't-
points,
I don't
bro.
see how
Like
you-
my
you
whole
put
thing is we're
Tracy
not
there.
talking about points, but look, Kobe never had Kobe. Kobe came in the NBA with the Lakers. Shaq coming in was perfect timing for him.
Absolutely.
He had no pressure. You forgot his second year in the league, his first All-Star game. The Lakers had 4 All-Stars that year.
In
I
fact,
went to that All-Star game. My
I
dad
remember.
took me to that All-Star
I
game.
remember.
Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones. Did Kobe even start on that team?
no, he didn't start. What are you saying? This is 97.
So my whole thing was he had more time to gradually come in and get the kind of. He didn't come in from day one and get the pressure like Allen Iverson.
Okay, but all right. First and foremost, I'm not saying he did. AI came out and he was a dog. I have no discrepancies if you want to put the AI comparison. My problem is you saying that Tracy McGrady was better, and I don't see
you stuck
where.
on that. All right, then let's just go with AI. He still wasn't the best. He still
And
wasn't
I
the
still
better
don't think
player at
AI
the
was better
position.
than him.
Okay,
That's facts.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Okay.
But okay, so
Keep
so-
that same energy when we talking about everybody switching up and joining teams. Keep that same energy.
what?
Go get my
There's
team.
no comparison. There's no comparison.
No, just keep that same energy. That's all I'm saying.
horrible. So no.
It's not horrible.
It is.
It's not horrible.
Moving on.
You just love him.
It's
That's
hard.
why it's horrible.
And it's real. It's real. I was
He don't
horrible.
know you. It's not
It
real.
don't matter. He does know me. What
No,
you
he
talking
don't.
about,
He
Mamba?
don't know you.
Out. What
He
you
don't
talking
know
about?
you. He
Let's
he
listen
tell
to
him. Tell him tune in right now. Then we need
He
the
needs
views.
to. Exactly. Don't worry. He will soon. He will. Don't worry about it. But during his introduction of the Mamba, Magic Johnson stated the greatest Laker of all time. Do you agree? And if not, who you think?
I agree.
You agree?
I agree.
Okay. That's very simple.
I mean, it's a simple question, bro. 20 years, 5 championships. I mean, what do you want from the man? I'm not taking anything away from Kobe Bryant's whole entire legacy. Don't people that's viewing, don't get this misunderstood like I'm a Kobe Bryant hater. No, I feel like Kobe Bryant just was in a span where he came in right after Mike, so he won't get just as much credit as he deserves. I mean, the only blemish I feel with Kobe Bryant was the one MVP. That's the only thing. For him to be the best player on the planet from 2007 to 2012 and only get one MVP, I think that's the only blemish you can kind of harp on.
He got robbed.
Okay, and that's fair. That's fair to say, but I'm not a Kobe Bryant hater. At that point when
I
everybody's
just
talking
want to
about
hear you say, do you agree that he got
I
robbed?
agree.
Do you agree he got robbed twice?
Yeah, twice. That's fine. Okay, cool. Everybody gets robbed. I feel like James Harden got robbed last year. Perfect.
Ooh, I like that. I
I feel like James Harden got robbed last year.
I
Everybody
like that.
gets robbed.
I
all right?
actually
So I'm
like
not a
that.
Kobe Bryant hater. Thank you, Kobe Bryant, for giving me a reason to watch basketball. And good or bad, I used to watch the NBA to watch him lose, and he never lost. So I'm gonna give you your respect as a basketball player, not as a person who never watched basketball, who watches it for the. I played it. I've gone in and like, you know what? He did this. I'm gonna go here and try this in the park. Or I'm gonna try this in the gym. I can't do that. I don't even know why I'm 3 minutes later. I can't do that. Kobe special. I can't do that.
Kobe. So, and
Greatest Laker ever. Yes.
Of course,
Magic is
I
right
agree.
behind him.
He is the greatest Laker ever. I mean, if you just look at the numbers, I mean, of course he played 20 years, but he's first in games played, first in minutes, first in field goals. But besides that, he's first in points. He's first in steals. He's first in win shares. I look at when I looked at the list, of course, I put Magic behind him. Magic only played 13 years. He was 19 and 11, his numbers. Kareem, of course,
He's third, the best big man to ever play the game of basketball. We're not gonna discuss
and
that.
the reason I didn't put him there is because he played 14 years and he had the prime of his career
was in Milwaukee.
in
Okay.
Milwaukee. He had a couple years, but by the time he got there, to the Lakers, he was 28 years old. And, he had Magic come in and, and that resurgence, he can stay solid. Another honorable mention I had was Elgin Baylor. Elgin Baylor put up stupid numbers. crazy numbers, unbelievable numbers. For his career, he leads the Lakers in scoring career-wise,
I'm
27.4.
One name. You gotta say the name next.
He played 14 years. Shaq played 8 years.
Okay.
I
Still didn't say the name.
And the reason I have Wilt, I had him last in that top list right there is because he only played 5 years.
What about the logo?
Jerry.
All right, so let's see this argument here. Let's just see this argument.
But no.
Let's just
I
see this
apologize
argument
for that.
because
I put him.
He's a Kobe fan.
I'll put him fourth.
He talks about a Laker fan. I don't think he's really a Laker fan.
I'll put him fourth.
You're a Laker fan because of
I'll put
Kobe.
him
So you're
fourth.
really a Kobe fan. It's
I'll put him
okay.
fourth.
It's okay.
I'll put him fourth.
No, you can't.
Why I can't put him fourth?
Because now I say something.
No, but I put him fourth. I can't apologize
No,
when
don't
you're right.
apologize. See,
I'll let you know when you're right.
Mm.
It's not too often, but I'll let you know when you're right.
I'm always right.
I'm far from it.
I hear you. Heard
But
you, sis.
next up, during his speech, Kobe thanked Shaq. Shaq later tweeted, "We'll be remembered as the most enigmatic, controversial, dominant 1-2 punch ever created. Are they the best duo ever?"
In what regard are we talking? Are we talking about you got those two in the park? That's your 2 picks, and I got to get 2 people to go play against them, or from a numbers standpoint,
Look at the whole thing. If you look at the duos that, because you're not gonna honestly, not gonna take you, even if you take 2 players that average 28, if they don't match up to Shaq and Kobe, 2-on-2, like seriously.
I mean, I think they're in the conversation of Mike and Scotty. You have to, from a number standpoint, you have to.
Numbers because they won 6,
Because they won 6.
they'll get killed.
And a 2-on-2, of course. Of course they'll get killed.
That's what I care about.
I think a duo that doesn't really get talked about too much, that's going to get killed also, and because they never won, was Stockton and Malone.
They're gonna get killed.
They're going to get killed. The only duo that I would love to have seen play, only 2 that I would love to see, and this is because he's my favorite player, Penny Hardaway and Orlando Shaq. Those are the only 2 duos that in a park game I think can match up evenly.
He got hurt too quick.
He got hurt too quick. But if you take Penny in his prime, I feel like everybody drew the comparison to Kobe early to Mike, and I felt like Kobe had a little bit more Penny in his game than Mike from a perimeter standpoint, because I felt like Kobe was a little bit more of a better playmaker than people gave him credit for.
I heard you.
So
There's no comparison. Yes, they're the best duo.
course
Everybody
you
else
say
will get demolished.
you said Kobe, so yes.
No, but I'm just saying Mike didn't have a big man. He had Scotty, and it's just not gonna match up well for anybody. And nobody's guarding Kobe anyway. But that's regardless of the point. So yes, that I do believe it. They are the best duo ever.
Can
too bad
Magic
it
and
was just too
Kareem beat
alpha.
them?
Huh?
Can Magic and Kareem beat them?
No,
No.
Shaq would demolish Kareem.
Huh?
Shaq would demolish Kareem.
How is Shaq demolished the best big man of all time, bro? I'm confused.
He would demolish him.
I'm confused. All right. I'm confused.
I don't. What do you mean?
Confused.
Shaq. Wait, hold up. Kareem could guard Shaq? I'm not saying Shaq can guard Kareem, but wait, Kareem could guard Shaq? Be honest.
Nobody can guard
What?
Shaq. But then
Okay.
Shaq got to guard somebody. So, but but what is the word you say? What is the word that you say between Kareem and Shaq?
I said Shaq will have problems with
No, you said Shaq would do what to Kareem?
demolish Kareem.
No, he wouldn't demolish.
He would demolish Kareem.
He wouldn't demolish Kareem.
Kareem has nothing for Shaq. I'm sorry.
They only played 1 year. They only played 1 year. You know who I'm taking against Shaq? Hakeem Olajuwon. All day of the week. Yeah.
Okay, you talk about young Shaq when he.
Yeah.
Everybody in Shaq prime.
taking-
Shaq prime. Nobody's guarding him. He'll kill everybody.
Hakeem
But
did
you lucky
him
we have
dirty
to
in the
take a
finals.
break.
He
We
did him
have-
dirty in the finals.
Yeah, he was
dirty
young
in the
Shaq.
finals.
You lucky we got to take a break. We have to pay some bills. But coming up, we have Christmas Day NBA picks and some breaking news with the Big Baller brand. You're listening to Topics here on IBNX Radio.
You're listening to IBNX. IBNXradio.com. The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music. Hey, what's up? It's Jay-Z.
Hey, I'm Mariah Carey. Hey, it's Katy Perry.
It's your boy T.I.P., man. Get it. It's your boy Sean Kingston.
What's up, y'all? I'm Beyonce. This is Nicki Minaj, and I'm in the mix with
IBNX Radio.
Okay, and we're back. Tune into YouTube live as well. IBNX Radio Network. You're back with Topics on IBNX Radio. What we have next?
Let's go Christmas games.
Christmas games?
Christmas games.
Okay, let's do our Christmas
Let's
picks.
go Christmas games before we get into the triple Bs. Let's get
Okay.
into the Christmas.
Okay, let's do that.
My Knicks versus your Sixers. 12 o'clock game. Because you a Joel and you like the Joel.
I
Joel
like Embiid.
And you're
I like
Laker
Embiid.
fan. Okay.
It's gonna be easy. I'm picking the Sixers.
Of course. You're terrible.
No. Listen,
And he's not coming home for the holidays, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not.
He's not going home
New
for the
York, I
holidays.
love you.
He's not coming home
And-
for the holiday. He don't
and
love y'all.
Listen, no.
He's a Laker fan. He's living in Atlanta. He don't like the Knicks. He's fair weather.
Listen.
He's fair weather.
No. Just listen. Like, y'all doing good right now.
I think we're
And-
doing better than expected.
Better than expected, absolutely. I just like that young Sixers, and Embiid gonna play. He ain't play. He took off what?
No,
2
he's
games
back for
already?
Christmas. Yeah.
But he's gonna be back. But
we
I'm
might
saying
be
he's
able to get
resting.
Tim Hardaway back too.
That's fine.
Tim Hardaway's been playing phenomenal. bud.
Okay, that's your
And
hope.
we get
okay.
Porzingis. We got Porzingis. Porzingis gonna play.
Okay, I give you Porzingis. But you just told me
But
we're
we've
gonna
been
get.
playing well. Our
We
role
ha-
guys
you
have been
have.
playing
I
well.
just-
I'm gonna go with the Knicks.
I know you're gonna go with the Knicks.
I'm gonna go
I
with the
don't.
Knicks.
I don't see.
So you taking the Sixers?
I'm taking the Sixers. Embiid, Simmons. Yeah, I'm going with them young boys.
That's cool.
Reddick.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's cool. I'm not a bet man. We could bet on that one. Finals rematch. Finals rematch.
Warriors,
Should have just.
come out and play.
just
I
wanna
wish
let
I
you
had
know
my
you-
bottles
yo, yo,
right
yo,
now.
yo, 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 yo,
I wish I
yo,
had
yo,
my
yo.
bottles
Yo,
for all you
yo.
Braun fans.
Yo. Try again. That
I
was
wish-
terrible.
I wish
Boo.
you had. I wish you
Boo.
had. I wish I had a bottle.
Boo.
I needed one. I
Boo.
needed one.
Boo.
Of course, you know he's taking the Cavs.
I am. For the sole reason that Steph Curry's out.
Okay. You don't think he's gonna be back for that game?
They say not.
Okay. We still got enough. We still got enough.
What is this we? You a Laker fan. How you
We
always
still
with
got
this
enough.
we? That's what I be talking about with you.
We still have
You
enough.
just said we have enough.
We
You
still
are
have
a
enough.
Laker
So
fan.
I don't
Why
root
you
for the
don't say-
Warriors. I'm not a KD fan. I don't like Steph.
When have you ever talked about Steph or KD?
What are you talking
ever,
about?
bro?
For the last, first of all, since
Oh
Mark
my
was
God.
there, I like that team.
You didn't even want to give Mark Jackson credit who built the team.
I never said. Whoa.
Go back to the
whoa.
soundbite the last.
We could go back to the soundbite. I never said that he wasn't. I give him some credit,
You
but
didn't give him no credit, but okay, you're gonna take the Warriors because
he
now you're
started
we.
it.
So now you're just Cali.
is.
So you just
No.
Cali. So you like the Raiders too. You like the Rams.
No, I don't like them. I don't
Well,
like
the
them.
Raiders is moving. So
I
you
don't
like the
them.
Chargers.
No, I like the Warriors and I
Now
like
you
the Lakers.
Warriors.
That's it.
Heard you, sis.
That's cool.
Heard you, sis.
First and foremost, I told you who I like. Right? Those everybody knows that I like those two teams. So you know I'm going for the Warriors. Anyway, next up,
Wizards,
next game,
Celtics.
5:30 game.
Wizards, Celtics.
Wizards Celtics. I have the Celtics.
So do I. Feel like John Wall come back, but they still missing
I
something.
just-
I think the Celtics has been playing well. They're playing consistent. That win streak, and they still winning games. They playing guys. They're role guys. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Terry Rozier. Those guys are playing really, really well. And Kyrie's doing what Kyrie's doing. I'm taking the Celtics. Next, Rockets versus Thunder.
Ha ha.
Your favorite team, the Thunder.
Yeah, right. Not never. Never that.
Yeah,
I'm
you
taking
like
the
Warriors.
Rockets.
Your favorite team.
I'm taking the Rockets. I'm going with the bed. CP3 and them boys. I'm
CP3 averaged 26 over this past week too.
yeah,
by
you
the
know
way.
they got them ranked at the top 5 ESPN for the week. I'm not even going to go into that.
I'm taking the Rockets too.
You know, the Rockets. It's a consensus. It's the Rockets. Thunder is just. We're gonna talk about that later in the night.
In the block.
Definitely.
And the nightcap. The Timberwolves versus. Are they your Lakers or are they not your Lakers? I'm confused.
You can say my Lakers. What are you talking about?
How do you-
You
I'm a
can
li-
say my Lakers. No, I don't.
Can I be
no,
like
I
you?
don't.
Can I be like
no,
you?
no.
I wanna be like
no.
you. I wanna have
Don't-
multiple
You about to say because
things.
you about to say mad team. No,
I want to
don't.
be like. I want to be
No.
have multiple things
No.
in my life.
No, the Lakers
multiple
are my
cars,
heart. The
multiple
Lakers are
homes.
my heart, but I like Warriors.
So you're taking the Lakers.
Just like if you asked me this before, we could go back to the soundbite. So you said if the Lakers and the Warriors played, I'm taking the Lakers. So I'm just letting you know. But of course, I'm going Lakers. I'm going Lakers. Playing home. Ball been playing, balling.
Playing
Laugh
well.
lately.
Playing well.
You
Even
feel
though
me?
you don't like his daddy, he's been playing well.
Listen, it's not that I don't like him. Nah, don't say that. Don't say that. I like LeVar.
You don't like LeVar.
I like LeVar.
You don't like LeVar.
That's your guy. But
That's my guy.
I like LeVar.
That's my guy.
Don't do that.
That's my guy. Speaking of LeVar, I'm taking the Wolves. There's no comments. I'm taking the Wolves. I'm sorry. I like the Timberwolves. They 4th in the West right now. 4th to 5th. I just like them. So I'm taking the Warriors. I mean the Wolves. I'm never taking the Warriors. I'm sorry.
Never.
Okay. LeVar Ball is back on the show again in Topics.
This is interesting.
This is interesting.
This is very interesting.
This is interesting. He has decided to start his own basketball league for kids who have graduated high school and don't want to go to college but want to pursue a professional career, and this can leapfrog your career. He wants to have 80 players of 10 teams, so about 8 kids per team. He wants to have it in major cities, hopefully in NBA arenas, and he's going to pay his guys between $3,000 and $10,000 a month. Go ahead.
I personally, when you sent me this, and I'm like, wow. I looked at this and I'm saying, this is genius.
Genius. Okay.
This is pure genius. And it's scary at the same time.
Why is it scary at the same time?
I'm going to touch on both topics. You want me to talk about why it's scary first?
Go ahead, dude. You can talk about whatever you want. It's your show.
He just furthermore shows me how much of a marketing genius he is. This, basically, he finds ways to amaze me. And I need to stop being amazed because he does this often. But he's finding ways to beat a flawed system. College basketball
is a flawed
system. Point blank, period. And now, everybody knew the big thing was to come out of high school. And they stopped at, 05? Sebastian's last year? Right?
That was
04, I think. 04, 05. They stopped it after that year. Then it was the one and dones. Now I have to go to
I gotta go to school for 6 months.
6 months, basically.
I gotta go to school for 6 months.
They only doing the first
because
part.
I have to.
Just because I have to.
Because I have to.
So basically, I look at this and I'm just like amazed. Like, this is very, very smart. Like, he has his kids. He had to take one out of school. He took the other one out of high school. He's about to send them to Lithuania. Now it's all about. I don't think they were ever gonna go. And if they
they're still going.
If they did go, I think they will last a week, 2 weeks.
Okay. I think they're still gonna go. I think he's honoring the contract and they're gonna go.
Okay, fine. And then they're gonna come back home. But this is amazing. Like, you're gonna just gravitate to this market. And it's basically a huge market because a lot of kids wanted to just jump from high school. A lot of kids got the talent. Now you're looking at college. Should I go to college and not get paid and I'm only staying for 6 months? Or should I just go get this check, play basketball, get better, and then jump to the league? It's a huge market that nobody's ever tried to do. But now I'm going to tell you why it's scary. It's scary because now it's going to take away from the college game. All these one and dones are going to be like, why do that? These kids coming from poor families.
$3,000 right now for me.
$3,000 a month.
And that's bare minimum for me a month. And it's not a lot of money. It's only $36,000 a year, but it's $36,000 that you didn't have
before. And now you may be coming from a one-parent home, and now you're looking at this.
Chase the dream.
Exactly. You're playing basketball.
Chase the dream.
And you're getting money for it, and you're jumping to the NBA.
I know guys who do it for free, go overseas and take a shot, and they don't get paid for months.
Exactly. So it's gonna take. I feel this is gonna take away from the college game. All the one and dones are gonna go to this league, and it's like you're not gonna have the excitement. You're gonna have older teams, but it's just not gonna be as good, as competitive as you have these young players coming in, shaking up the NCAA. So I think it's gonna take a hit there. But this is genius. I'm on the fence with it. But I feel it's a great marketing move. I just think it's going to take away from college basketball.
Well, the NCAA is going to be fine because college football runs college sports.
Yeah, but that's football. We talk about what about
for basketball? It's always been a dirty stepson. College basketball has always been a dirty stepson.
It is a market that
it is a market
explore.
Now. However, it's going to take LeVar a little bit because you have to show some type of success. What comes after LeVar's basketball league? What comes after? I have to see that. I have to see. Did guys get drafted? Were guys still the number one pick consensus? So it's a lot. So he has to figure that out. LeVar has to be able to still build that platform. I think it's genius to build the platform for these kids to be able to do that and pursue the dream. And my whole thing is if the dream doesn't work out, you can always go back and get your degree if education is that important. Everybody's different. We can always say that school is not for everybody.
Absolutely.
School is not for everybody. And especially, and the president of the NCAA said that ones and dones is killing college basketball because they're taking away from college basketball. Now, if you want to go to college, you want to play basketball, but basketball isn't your life. Like, you don't really think you can go pro. If I get the chance to go pro, but I want to go for 4 years. I want to enjoy the parties. I want to go to class. I want that experience of being away from home. You can still go to college. But if you know that in your mind, okay, I graduated high school, I got to do this school. I'm going to pick a school that don't have nobody there. I'm going to put up crazy numbers and I'm going to get drafted. Why not just, you don't got to go to class. So you can now kind of train and get your body right to be a pro in terms of like, okay, this is the lifestyle I'm taking. So I think it's brilliant. I think he beat out Nike, Adidas. I think he beat out those guys because I think it was coming down the pipeline. I think that those shoe contracts, especially with the whole Louisville Adidas thing, I think that shoe companies are gonna try to bail out of the AAU summer stuff. And I think they were going to start building their own leagues with their kids, with those same kids that played AAU. We're just going to put them in a league after they graduate high school for a year. And we're going to put them in our brand. And the best ones get drafted and the other ones, we just fizzle out like a corporation does. So I think he beat them to it. So he beat them to it. So I think it's genius. Honestly.
I can't take nothing away. I take my hats off to you, LeVar. Great job. Quick. I have to touch on this. Why? Because it's needed. And now everybody's talking about Melo coming off the bench. And everybody's running, he needs to do it, and he needs to face reality. You know, they're not doing well. What do you think?
I mean, you could try it. It ain't going to work. And like you said, Billy Donovan's the problem, not Melo. So, I think you have to. I don't see it working. Him coming off the bench because he's still gonna be Melo. He still need the ball. So what you gonna do? You gonna put him in the second unit where he got to strive and play with lesser guys like he did at the Knicks. You know. So I don't think it's gonna work. I think you just gotta figure out. I think you gotta sit down and you gotta figure. The problem is the NBA, you don't get any breaks. So I think you gotta sit down. You gotta figure out like, hey, this is where this guy needs the ball. This is where Paul needs the ball to be effective. This is where Melo needs the ball to be effective. Russ has the ball. I gotta get these three guys on the same page, and I gotta be patient. I think you gotta be patient. I don't think it's gonna fit, but if I had these three guys and I'm Billy Donovan, I'm telling everybody to be patient. We're only in December. We got 4 more months of this. Now, if it's February, March, let's hit the panic button. Let's blow it up. But we still got to change. If I have to coach this team, I have to be patient. Because there's been games where we've been in games where we've won. We've had some bad showings, but who knows? It only takes us one game for it to turn on and be like, you know what? I like this unit. This is what we're doing. Okay, this worked. Let's do this. Let's continue to do this.
I feel even with that being said, let me before I even answer that, just going off what, even though you said don't hit the panic button, I don't think they can fall. Like, even though they have good games, their good games still look bad. I watched them. They still look bad, and they're shooting horribly. I just don't think.
Stop with the numbers.
I'm not even talking about the numbers right now. They don't look well together. Let's throw the numbers out the window. Throw them out the window. Throw them out. They don't look well together. They look uncomfortable in spots when they get the ball, and like again, you touched on it. What I said before, Billy Donovan cannot coach this team. My cousin brought up a point. He said he wanted to tell me why he felt I guess the quick fix for them. Basically, he was pointing out the fact like they're second in defense, which they are. On offense, you have a bunch of ball stoppers, which we know, but he says everybody basically there's no movement. Okay, there's no movement. This is what he's saying to me. There's no movement. You know, you look at other teams. He says their main three people, Westbrook, Paul George, and Melo, have no responsibilities off the ball. When they don't have the ball, they're stagnant. They're not setting screens. They're not cutting. They're not doing anything, which is true. And then I keep on asking him, but he doesn't want to bring that out. I'm like, so how do you fix that?
I don't think you can fix that in a year. I don't think you can fix that in 2 years because you're asking somebody who played basketball the way they played basketball their whole entire life to come to a team and change that, and you expect progress right away.
I feel the coach.
It's impossible to ask them to figure it out.
I put that on the coach. You can't.
I don't. As a coach, I
I
feel
know
like
you
can't.
don't, but as a coach, you don't want to take that responsibility. You don't want him to take that responsibility. Okay, I understand it. That's cool. But what is your schemes? He feels like he's built a great defensive scheme. I don't know if he built it, but let's just say he did. You need to build an offensive scheme. Your players, you have 3 dominant players that don't move. They don't rotate the ball. It's high screen pick and roll, and Westbrook goes, and if I find you, I find you. If not, okay, let's come down and I'll set you up. Let me hit to the wing and let you work.
I think the NBA is completely different because, when coaching, period, you got to have assistants that are good at what you're not good at.
Absolutely.
And I think
he has Mo Cheeks.
He has Mo Cheeks. Mo Cheeks has never been a good head coach.
No.
Mo Cheeks has never been a good head coach.
No.
So let's take Doc. Let's take Doc Rivers. When he had success at the Celtics, who was his? He's great at offense. He sucks at defense. Who was his defensive guy? Tom Thibodeau, one of your favorites.
This Tibbs, man.
You see what I'm saying?
It's Tibbs.
So you got to get somebody. I think he has to figure out who balances what that offense. He got to find a great offensive-minded coach. Like when Doc went to Clippers, he also had Mike Woodson. And Mike Woodson had the Knicks ball. I feel like we should have never fired Mike Woodson. That was at least the Knicks was competitive and we were winning. So I think I think it's gonna take him a little while. You can't put 3 superstars together and say, hey, with 3 different DNAs. It's not like you got LeBron James who has the personality, who's the best player in the NBA, and who's like, yo, I'm unselfish, I'm coming in and I'm doing all of this. So I think it's gonna take Billy Donovan a little bit of time. He's not to blame though as a coach.
I hear you.
Gotta pay some bills. Gotta pay some more bills. Coming up next, we have our football picks of the week, and we also have college basketball. Which freshman has been very impressive so far? You tuned in to Topics on IBNX Radio.
You're listening to IBNX. IBNXradio.com. The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music. Hey, what's up? It's Jay-Z.
Hey, I'm Mariah Carey. Hey, it's Katy Perry.
It's your boy T.I.P., man. Get it. It's your boy Sean Kingston.
What's up, y'all? I'm Beyonce. This is Nicki Minaj, and I'm in the mix with
IBNX Radio.
Okay, we're back here on IBNX Radio. You listening to Topics. So, with college basketball in full swing and conference play getting ready to begin, there are a handful of young freshmen carrying their team. Who do you think is the best looking freshman so far this year?
I can answer first.
There you go. The floor is yours.
Trae Young is a bad boy. Trae Young from Oklahoma is a bad boy. Now, for people who haven't really been familiar with Trae Young, I got to watch Trae Young on the EYBL circuit the last 2 years. He's been overshadowed a little bit. Not overshadowed, but he's never really got the people who haven't really felt him like that because he played with Michael Porter Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael Porter Jr. is a bad boy, too.
Absolutely. He got hurt.
So, Trae Young tied the NCAA record last night. 22 assists and had 26 points.
Woo.
He leads the NCAA in points with 28 points a game and 8.8 assists a game, which leads the country in that also. So I think everybody's comparing him to Steph Curry 2.0, and I think I think he, at that point, when they were both freshmen, I think he was better than Steph Curry. It's interesting to see what's going to happen. He's not as big as Steph Curry, but the boy shoots the lights out. He's pretty impressive to watch. I think he's been the most impressive freshman so far. Marvin Bagley from Duke. I said this a couple weeks ago. I said this last week. He's the number 1 pick in my opinion. He's the number 1. You don't pass on him. Whether you have a big man already, you can play the 4. You can go small ball and play the 5. He has skills. He can step out. He got to work on his jump shot, but he can make it. I think he's a better Chris Bosh.
Coming from a coach.
I think he's a better Chris Bosh. That's my comparison. He's a better Chris Bosh. Lefty, both 6'10", athletic, can put on the deck. He rebounds a little bit better than Chris Bosh.
Yeah, you like Bagley.
Yeah, I like Bagley a lot. 2, listen, back-to-back games of 30 points and 15 rebounds. 34 and 15 against Texas. Then the next night against Florida had 30 and 15.
Impressive.
So that boy is bad. Colin Sexton at Alabama has a motor that does not stop. I remember watching this and laughing. They played 3-on-5 against Minnesota after like a team fight. They threw the whole team out. And they win the game with 3 guys.
He went crazy.
And I'm gonna be biased right here. There's a couple kids that I coached in college, well, that are now freshmen in college, who turn it on ESPN and I'm watching these guys, and we have a relationship off the court. So I'm gonna be biased right now, and this is a proud moment. I haven't got them to the way they are, but I feel like I had some type of contribution, late night conversations or whatever the case. Amari Spellman at Villanova is gonna be special. I'm telling you that name right now.
I like him.
Amari Spellman is going to be special. I've got to know Amari Spellman off the court. Great kid, comes from great parents, great foundation. He's going to be a surprise to everybody. I think Villanova has him playing on the post a little bit. The boy can shoot the 3 ball. He's tough.
Okay.
I coached him in high school. 34 and 15 on Thon Maker's head. I got that. We got that footage. I'll show anybody. Mo Bamba's going to be special once Mo Bamba gets his offensive. Once he figures out he's a baby Kevin Garnett. He's not really raw. He's just where they play him at. He's from Harlem. So he knows how to dribble the basketball. The crazy thing is he'll get it off the rebound and push it. I remember I was an assistant coach on the 16U team. We had Peach Jam. Our point guard cramps up. We put him at the point because he was big enough to see over the press. And then another one is Quade Green at Kentucky.
Okay.
The point guard. A lot of people's like, yo, he's not good enough to go to Kentucky. He's little. He's not really athletic. He's not really a Kentucky type guard. What I know what he is, he's a natural born leader.
They had the small one from that plays for the Phoenix. Nah,
Tyler Ulis, he's not Tyler Ulis though. Tyler Ulis is different.
Very
Different.
very.
But Quade Green, what I've got to know Quade Green off the court, and I've known Quade Green since he was in 5th grade, he's always been underestimated. He was heavy set when he was little, so he has kind of like a fat boy's kind of game. So he's kind of now coming into his body. But he's a leader. He can get 4 guys around him to play and buy into what we need to win. He's a winner.
Okay.
4 state championships. He's a winner, and he wants to be the best player on the court at all times. So he doesn't get enough credit. He was struggling at first. Cal had him playing a little faster than he wanted in that system. And college basketball is fast. Making that jump from high school to college is fast, as you know. So last weekend, 16 against Virginia Tech, and he's controlling these guys. He's controlling the game, and he's putting these guys in position to be successful. So he doesn't get enough credit. Those 3 guys, Mo, Amari, Quade, I love you guys. All my guys who I coached, Bryce Aiken at Harvard, he's not a freshman. All my guys who I've coached, there's too many guys to name. I love you guys. Keep doing. I'm proud of you guys. Super proud of you guys. Go ahead.
You heard that from the coach himself. But I feel like you were in my notes, and it's like basically you ran down exactly how I was thinking.
It wasn't in your notes. You hang out with me.
Listen,
that's what it was.
Listen, that's never been the factor. That's never been the factor. But basically, just to piggyback off what you were saying, my pick, of course, is Trae Young. He's just phenomenal. Like, I watch him, and I'm like, I make sure I tune in when he's playing. He's that exciting. Go ahead.
One more thing. 2 summers ago, I took Quade Green over Trae Young because I was being biased.
Okay.
So for me to pick Trae Young right now, my guys on live is like, yo, you pick Quade too. Quade's still my man. But Trae Young's numbers is you cannot say anything about it. But go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting, but let me say that. Let me correct myself.
Not a problem.
I did say that.
But yes, I can't. He's averaging what, 28 and 10.
Just about. Let's say 10.
Might as well say. But he's special. Special. And he needed 14 assists to take over the number 1 assist league, right? He had 14 in the first half.
And it was like spoon feed, like, hey, I'm going to get in this lane. And they played Northwestern State, I get it. But you can't control what jersey's in front of you.
That, and a lot of people are like, oh, it's Northwestern. I don't care. When's the last time did we hear anybody dish out 22 assists in a game? Don't worry, I'll wait. And people have been playing horrible teams year after year after year after year. Great point guards have come. I have not. What is this? This record is like 30 years old. When's the last time did you hear? I don't want to hear that, oh, they played Northwestern, this, that, and the third. I don't want to hear it.
Northwestern State, not Northwestern.
I don't want to hear it because you have to play who's in front of you, and nobody has did it in the last 30 years. So, and then he can score, and he has one of the quickest releases I've seen in a long time.
He got range. Range, shoots it from deep.
Long time. This is just a Steph Curry effect, man. It's trickling down so far, but
I got one more for you too that you got to watch.
You got another one?
Tremont Waters, LSU.
Okay.
He about 5'7". He about my height.
Dog? He a dog?
Watch the boy. The boy is super skilled. He's as skilled as Trae Young. He's
Okay.
asking. He's just not putting up the numbers like Trey Young.
And
That's what
nobody's
it is.
watching LSU,
but
too.
nobody's really watching LSU. Trey Waters is another bad boy. But I'm sorry for interrupting you again.
But no, that's not a
You
problem.
know I love college basketball.
I know you do. I know you do. And then this segment is your baby, and I respect it. That's why I'm letting you speak. Just again, he leads the NCAA in points and assists, of course. But that game, what was the numbers on that game? They scored. It was 105 to I don't remember what Northwestern State had. I think they had 60 something.
It was
They had
bad.
60
It
something.
wasn't a game.
But he scored or assisted on 76 out of 105 points. That's amazing. That is amazing. Simply amazing. So definitely is my pick. And then of course I had Colin Sexton. He's a dog. He
got a motor with him, bro.
He
Like,
just
he got
keeps going.
blood in his eyes.
He reminds me of what's the young boy that went to Kentucky that plays for Sac?
De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, I just feel like they hit that motor. They gone.
I think something is like. I think Colin Sexton mentally is like tapped, and I think it works for him. Like he got. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's like, yo, like something's wrong. Like not wrong with him, but he just has that. Like he tells something like, yo, they got my mother locked in the basement. They got my dad at gunpoint, and they trying to jump me down a dark alley. And the only way they all alive is if I get to this basket and score. And that's how he played. And there's nothing wrong with that.
You don't like Trayvon Duval from Duke?
I think Duke wasn't the right fit for him. I understand why. After reading the interview, I understand why he chose Duke because people pegged him as a bad kid, a rough kid, doesn't really have the image. So he said, I needed Duke for my image just as much as Duke needed me. So I understand that, but I want to see him more in a little more open, system, a little bit more. He can make a little bit. He's been playing well, but but then it goes back to you got Marvin Bagley. You got the number 1 pick on your team. So it's kind of like, makes my job. Makes my job a little easier.
Absolutely.
You're not facing no double teams.
I like him.
Grayson Allen, you got Grayson Allen, who's a sniper.
Been there for 10 years.
Gary Trent, who's another good freshman. Wendell Carter, another good freshman. So, I think those guys have been, I'm not really on that.
But what time is it? It's trivia time.
Okay.
With Tone. Let's get to it, people. It comes that point in the game. Let's get to it.
No, let's talk about how
It's trivia time with Tone.
It's showtime.
It's showtime.
This is why I don't get along with him
Let's
because
go.
when he wins, I say, "Yo, good job." When I win, and I watched him last week.
I said good win last week. This is a new week.
Say it.
No,
Give me
this
my
is a new week.
congratulations.
This is a new week. Don't tell me about anything before.
All right, right into
Let's
it.
get to
right
this
into
trivia
it,
time
right
with
into
Tone.
it. What year did the Houston Texans join the NFL? 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004.
And you gonna put them in a row like that?
I'm not gonna space it out for you. You had your Tone. This is your trivia.
What year did the Houston Texans
Join the NFL.
join the NFL?
Took a light on you this week. I'm just letting you know. Took a light on you. So I felt bad.
Because it was the Oilers. Everybody, don't forget the Oilers. I watch sports.
They don't care about the Oilers.
I'm just letting them know,
Answer
like
the
I've been
question.
watching sports for a long time.
Look,
All
time
right?
is money, and I need a Rolex. You want to answer?
I need one too. Whenever you find one, let me know. 2001, 2002. I graduated 2002. Nah, the Texans wasn't there. I'm gonna say. That's a tough one. I'm gonna say 2003.
Wrong. It was 2002.
My year? Oh Lord. Okay. Next.
You're gonna get this one.
Okay.
How many Super Bowls do the Denver Broncos have?
How many Super Bowls do the Denver Broncos have?
3, 2, 4, or 1.
Say it again.
3, 2, 4, or 1. You can just put in a number. Hold on.
Okay, well, they got 2 with Elway, and they got 1 with Manning. I don't remember them winning anymore, so I'm going to say 3.
3 it is. 2 and 1.
1-1. Okay.
Told you I took it easy on you this week. I felt bad. It's your segment.
Here
I'm
we
only
go.
watching when you're on segment. How much money is a U.S. Olympic gold medalist awarded?
How much money is an Olympic gold medal?
A U.S.
What type of questions are these people?
Listen. Have these people figure this out, man. Listen. 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000.
That's so messed up. You're going in order. Olympic gold medalist.
Gold medalist. Gold medal. U.S. Olympic gold medalist. How much are they awarded?
An Olympic gold medalist. All right. Hold on. 10, 15, 20, or 25,000. I think 25 is too crazy for an Olympic gold medal.
That's fair. Because there's a lot of Olympians.
It is.
25,000.
And there's a lot of gold medals.
There's a lot of gold medalists, bro. Like, think about it. The women's team and the men's team always win in basketball.
So, but the Olympic Committee gives them this money.
I don't know who gives them money. I didn't dig that deep.
Listen.
How much time we got?
Listen, all I know is
How much time we got?
All I know is these questions. Don't worry. I'm still gonna win at the end of the day.
Let's hope.
So with that being said, I'm gonna go. I just think 25 is too much. 15 sounds like a good number. I wore a 5 and I wore a 10 in college. So I'm gonna go 10.
Wrong. It's 25,000.
25,000. Oh my Jesus! I need to go to the Olympics.
All right. This is a throwaway, I think. What was the ball used before the basketball was invented in 1929?
You say that again?
What ball was used in basketball before the basketball was invented in 1929? Is it a soccer ball, volleyball, a dodgeball, or a beach ball? Listen.
Wait. You messed me up with that last. wait. You messed me up. Say that again? Because I was good.
A soccer ball, volleyball, a dodgeball, or a beach ball.
What the hell is the difference between a beach ball and a volleyball?
Well, beach ball is like, it's softer, it's paws, it's bigger.
Which one? What?
The beach ball. Like,
All right, well, then
I'm multicolored beach ball that they throw around,
I'm going volleyball.
Wrong.
What is it?
It was a soccer ball. So I won again.
Nah, that's not even. Yeah.
I won again.
I got one more question.
I won again.
Soccer ball.
It was a soccer ball. Who is the youngest woman to win a singles in tennis, a singles title at age 16? Was it Serena Williams?
You're going to cheat.
I'm not going to cheat, bro.
Because if he says both Venus sisters, both Williams sisters, I'm walking out. I'm walking out.
Venus or Serena? The door's right there. Maria Sharapova or Martina Hingis? Either the Williams sisters. Sharapova. Or Martina Hingis.
Listen, I still got to stay positive. At least I got to get 2. So either the Williams sisters. Well, I know Venus came out first. But did she turn pro at 16? Sharapova or who? Hingis? It wasn't Hingis. Serena or
They're gonna throw us out, son. Just letting you know they're gonna throw us out.
I'm gonna just go Hingis.
That was a great guess. It was Hingis.
Look at that.
It was Hingis.
Won't he do it?
You didn't do it. I won.
Listen, 3-2. You ain't demolished me though.
I won.
All right, there you go.
I won. That's 2-1 in the weeks, man.
That's
I'm just saying. I'm tired. Listen, we need
Listen.
We need somebody else that's
These
gonna come mediate.
No.
this.
But you gotta understand. But these questions was crazy. Like
This was
who's gonna know about the
segment?
What?
And then I gotta figure out the questions.
But listen, understand.
I need
you
help.
came
Everybody,
with
help me.
Olympic gold medals.
Get them
That's
to
not
help
part
you.
of sports
Get
for
them
me.
to come up with the
I
questions.
need history.
I'm trying
I need
to win.
y'all to come up with better questions.
I'm trying to win
for this.
I'm
All
trying
right.
to win. So if you're mad
Come
at
on.
me for winning,
Listen.
you gotta help get the viewers to get you more trivia questions so that we can. So cause I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make this like the SAT.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. I got it next week. Don't worry about it. I don't care what you say. But we got to take a quick commercial break. But coming up, we have Hot and Cold and Diddy's Bid here on IBNX Radio.
You're listening to IBNX. IBNXradio.com. The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music. Hey, what's up? It's Jay-Z.
Hey, I'm Mariah Carey. Hey, it's Katy Perry.
It's your boy T.I.P., man. Get in. It's your boy Sean Kingston.
What's up, y'all? I'm Beyonce. This is Nicki Minaj, and I'm in the mix with
IBNX Radio.
Really quick. NFL season winding down. Let's do our picks of the week because I won last week and I won in trivia, so I'm feeling really good right now. First game, big one: Falcons versus Saints rematch.
What I got? All right. Listen, Atlanta. You know I never, ever go for y'all. Y'all know this. You know what? And I'm down here, and listen, I'm going to look you in your faces and tell you this. For the first time, I'm still not going to pick you. I'm going for the Saints. I'm going for the Saints. I feel they're going to win this. I feel they should have won the first game, but Kamara got hurt. They're going to be
in New Orleans. Going to be right. You want to go? Let's go.
Let's go. Let's drive out there.
Let's drive out there.
4 hours?
If that.
4 or 5? No, it's about 5, 6 hours.
5. We can do that. We can
do that.
We can split that.
No,
Let's
not a
go.
problem. Road trip.
We out.
So, I definitely have the Saints winning this. I just feel because if the Falcons win, you know what? This is tough because a part of me wants the Panthers to win the NFC South. I want them. And for them to win, the Falcons have to beat the Saints. Mm-hmm. So, but I just don't feel
that Drew Brees is going to blow it twice?
You know what?
You changing up on me?
You know what? I'm changing.
I'm driving by myself.
I'm changing.
I'm driving by myself.
I got the Falcons because I want Cam and them to win the NFC South. So I got the Falcons winning this game. That's right. I got the Falcons. Who you got?
Don't be mad when you lose.
Listen.
I got the Saints, man. I got the Saints. Like I said, I got the Saints. Like you said, Kamara was out. They're in New Orleans. And it's not like the Falcons beat them like
they did it.
Beat them drastically. It wasn't like a 43-7 game. What score you got? Let me guess. 28-1? 28-21? No. That's the score you got?
No.
Stop picking scores, too, because nobody ever scores 28 or 21.
Did you not watch the games last week?
No.
Did you see the scores? I know. That's why you're saying that right
Who had 28-21?
That's why you're saying that right now.
Which game was 28-21? Which game was 28-21?
Let's go to the next game.
Which game was 28-21?
Go back and look at it.
I don't want to go back and you tell me.
Go back and look at it.
Cowboys versus Seahawks. This is basically whoever loses is out. They both on the fence, but they really out. Whoever loses.
This burns me. It really bothers me.
Why does it bother you? You're not a Giants. Oh, you are a Giants fan.
You know, I'm a Giants fan, and it burns me to have to pick another NFC East team.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But you've been picking the Eagles, so it doesn't really burn you that much. It burns you because it's the Cowboys. Yeah, that's what it is. Say what it is.
The Cowgirls, I just can't get with it.
Going with the Cowboys as well.
I just have to go with them, but you know, it is what it is. I just don't think. I mean, the Seahawks got beat up.
Like I said, I think it's over for that team. I think they're gonna blow that team up.
I just don't think they have enough.
I think they're gonna blow that team up.
I don't think they have enough right now. Their defense is getting even more hurt. The O-line doesn't protect them, and what was keeping them in games was, of course, Russell Wilson on the offensive end. But at least your defense was getting stops, and the way the Rams look. But we know the Rams is a totally different animal. But what's the X factor that the Rams have? They had Gurley, right? Mm-hmm. Who does the Cowboys get back this week? Zeke.
That's why I'm picking them. They get Zeke. And Zeke was playing like a monster before all this stuff.
Zeke.
All this suspension stuff.
Get Zeke back, and he's going to go crazy on that D-line.
And it takes pressure off Dak.
That's all that matters right now because the way he was playing that first month when he was looking like he just looking lost. Mm-hmm. With like a kid that lost his parents, didn't know what to do.
Can't find him. Bills versus the Pats. This is big because the Bills, if they win, they kind of keep that wild card spot. If they lose, I think they get trumped by the Ravens. So, Bills need this win against the Pats.
Who you got?
I got the Pats.
You got the Pats?
I got the Pats. As much as it burned me to say that, I just don't see the Bills beating the Patriots.
You know who I got?
The Pats.
Unfortunately. But I want to pick the Bills.
You don't want to pick the Bills because if you wanted, everybody's everybody's watching. Nobody has a gun to your head. If you wanted to pick the Bills, you would have picked the Bills.
If the Bills were playing at home, I would have picked them.
You don't want to pick the Bills because you would pick the Bills if you wanted to pick the Bills.
No, every time, you know what? It's reverse psychology. I'm going to pick the Pats because every time I pick.
You said it didn't work last week, but I'll go ahead.
It almost did.
It almost don't count.
No, but I picked Steelers last week. I did pick the Steelers.
Yeah, and they lost.
Exactly, so I'm going to pick the Pats so they can lose.
Okay.
So I'm going with the Pats. They just have a better team. I'm just saying, just point blank, period. And they're playing in Foxborough. Mm-hmm. They rarely lose. Like, come on, let's be honest.
Last game, Titans versus the Rams. Because the Titans lose as well. That kind of, and the Chargers beat the Jets. kind of opens up.
Mariota's done. Like they're not beating the
I
Rams.
dropped him off to my fantasy.
They're not beating
I'm
the
going
Rams.
with the Rams.
And they're playing at home, though.
I'm going with the
Titans
Rams.
are still playing at home.
I'm going
You sure you don't
with
want to pick the
them.
Titans?
Positive.
You sure?
Stop asking me stuff that
sure?
you know the answer to already.
You
What did
positive?
I say? You have
just
the
wanna know.
headphones and you can hear me.
You serious?
So,
Pick them back up.
I don't want to pick them. I
You
never
sure?
picked them to pick them
Why
back
not?
up.
But you said no. But you said you had Mariota. You dropped them.
I dropped them
Wow.
for Jared Goff.
That was smart. Hey, now I know why you picked the Rams.
I picked the Rams.
So,
I might
okay.
start them too. I
Okay,
had to start 'em.
so we both. All right, so we both go Rams, we both go Pats, we both go Cowboys, and we split on the Falcons Saints. You heard it here. So we'll see how it goes next week.
We got enough time?
Yes,
Still
we
got a little bit
do.
more time? What's up with your man Diddy?
Diddy.
What's up with your man Diddy? Because y'all kind of looking like.
Nah, no.
Yeah, I do. Y'all kind of look like Diddy. You look like Diddy, bro.
No.
Interested in buying and owning the Carolina Panthers. Now, listen, if LeVar Ball can start his own basketball league, I feel like Diddy can own a football franchise, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, go ahead. Go ahead.
Basically, I mean, I love the pitch. He went on Instagram. You know, he's seen the letter from
On Twitter,
owner, excuse me, owner Jerry Richardson. You know, after this big scandal with him, another sex scandal. You know, it's
getting bad out
It's getting
here.
ridiculous.
It's getting
but
bad out
again,
here.
this is what from 19 whatever it was.
Doesn't matter. They
It-
got to
it-
slay them like they slayed Bill Cosby.
But
Facts is facts.
I understand it. I understand it. But so I like the pitch, but Diddy can't do it by himself. It has to be by committee.
Well, Steph Curry and Colin Kaepernick said I want in.
They still need some more committee, and I feel he needs to have a backing. So I mean, let's just say you get Kaepernick and you get Steph. You need to call Oprah. I think call Mike, because you know Michael Jordan has
The Hornets.
he owns a team in that market.
Mm-hmm.
Now the NFL is a totally different entity.
market, yeah.
Totally
And
different
we talking about arguably the greatest player of all time owning a team in his sport.
in his sport. So
That's different.
now, but the NFL, that market, everything that goes, that's huge. So that's gonna be tough. But it needs to be by committee. He needs a lot of hands involved, but people that he trusts. And I think it would be dope to have a black owner in the NFL. That would be amazing. Amazing step forward.
Cool.
So I like it. I think he needs somebody, and he's business savvy.
Mm-hmm.
He's business savvy, so he knows how to make money.
He knows how to make money.
And you see how he pitched it? He said he'll have the best halftime shows.
Which he would.
He's going to bring so much revenue to Charlotte. On top, now you have Michael Jordan, you have Diddy owning two teams, two franchises in the Charlotte. It would be amazing. Basketball and football. And I think it would spread like a wildfire. Like people will start being more interested. You know, the Islanders is coming to Belmont, too. They building a stadium in Belmont. You might want to look into that, too, Diddy. Never know.
I don't think Diddy will have the backing to get the Panthers. I think he'll be able to get like a minority.
I'm just saying.
I think he'll get the minority. I don't think he'll get the
$1 billion.
huge backing. I think for basketball, because I feel like, I don't know, man. I don't think the NFL is ready for, or is willing, not ready for. I don't think they're willing to let
do that.
somebody like
No,
Diddy
no.
in.
I
don't see why not. So, I mean, I would like to see it, especially Steph Curry get into it, Colin Kaepernick get in it. I want to see it. I want to see it, man. I think that would be great, but I don't see it happening. As unfortunate as it is, I just don't. Really
I don't see it happening either, but I wish him the best and all
Definitely.
that. But before we leave, let's get into a quick hot and cold segment, real quick. We just shout out some topics, and you know we touch on it to see if it's hot or cold. Do we agree or we disagree? So we have Brady wins MVP.
I'm gonna go hot.
Hot like fire. Wentz is gone. Wentz is gone.
Go
Antonio
hot,
Brown is done.
I'm gonna go
He
hot.
falls into.
Yeah,
Listen,
I'm gonna go hot.
hot. Exactly. Tiger Woods wins another major.
Close the window. Close the window.
Freezing.
Close the window.
I'm freezing.
Yo, I'm cold on that. Listen. I'm so
glad
cold.
I got a hat on.
I'm so cold on that. I'm
And a cardigan.
going back to New York. I'm gonna go get my snorkel. That's how cold I am.
It's
I'm gonna
real.
go get my snorkel for that.
It's real. Ben Simmons
Hot.
wins. Ben Simmons
Hot.
makes the All-Star
Hot.
game.
You said Ben Simmons hot.
I didn't
Hot.
even finish. I didn't.
Hot. Stop touching me. It's hot. It's hot. Yo, somebody open the window. It's hot. Ben Simmons All-Star. Yes.
This
hot.
year.
Hot. Stop I'm tired of yelling at you. Hot.
I'm going cold on that one. I
What?
don't think it's happening.
What?
I just don't think it's happening. But you're listening to Topics on IBNX Radio. I'm Tone Taylor.
And I'm Chris Harris. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Tune in every Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern on IBNX Radio. Follow us on IG, _Topics.
Oh, my man Quade just joined. I shot you out earlier, man. Come on, Quade. I need you to watch this, baby. I need you to watch this, baby.
And good night. Topics out.
IBNX Radio.